Good morning, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's currently 8:15. We are doing a day trip today. First up is the Amber Fort, or Amber Palace as it's sometimes called. We've basically hired a tuk-tuk for 1,000 for the day, which is about 10 euros. It's about 10 euros for the day. I'm going to go to lots of different places. First up is Amber Fort. So because we're seeing so much today, I think I'm going to show you less of each place because otherwise the video will literally be like 3 hours long. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty though. Let me show you these like details here. I was just thinking I can't film everything, but then look at these doorways and like the details up there, the sculpt edges, the paintings of these flowers. Okay, so first step is to climb all these millions of stairs. Oh my god, I'm knackered. Okay, we've made it to the top. I'll put you on wide angle because the door is really close. But let's go through. Jeremy's already through there at the moment. Okay, it's a bit windy, so I apologise, but we just paid for our tickets through there and then came through here, and this was the insane view. And then up there you can see there's another fort that we're not actually going to go to today, but it is an option if you want to do that. And this is the main entrance. I mean, look at that gate, it's absolutely insane. I've just zoomed in a little bit, but it looks so good. So we've come up the steps of that main gate, and this is the view over the courtyard where you arrive into. Again, apologies for the wind. And then up here there's like a hall, and then there's this incredible entranceway where people are getting the photo taken. So this hall is where they would celebrate birthdays, but also if they won any battles, and it's decorated with elephant heads. If you can see up there, the elephant ear and like the tusk and the trunk. So it's got those all the way around. And then this gate is insane. So stunning. Okay, just again, this is the view over the courtyard where you enter in from. And then I just thought I would show you over this view as well, because you can see the city and the water as well. So I think this lake here was to collect rainwater from the mountains. Okay, so we've now come through to, I guess, one of the first courtyards, which has loads of plants in here. It's like a photographer's dream here. There's so many people getting like wedding photos and like videos and things like that. It's so pretty. But anyway, let me show you this view because it's gorgeous. So this is where we've come out, like I said, a bit of a courtyard, and then there's all these plants and things here, and then there's more of the fort, and then there's that building over there which is all covered in mirrors. So I'm going to go and show you over there. So I might be completely wrong, but I think this is the Jal Mahal, which is basically the mirrored temple. And it's just full of all these like mirror pieces to make it sparkle. It's so pretty. And even the ceiling up here as well. Okay, so we've now come inside. It's a little bit dark, so I apologise about the light, but we've come to see this, which was the water system. But while we were here, I was like, oh my god, it stinks of shit, pigeon shit, but actually it's bats. And let me show you how many bats there are here. Okay, all these black dots are bats. There's so many. I'm so scared of falling, so I'm gonna... Oh, looks like they're waking up a bit, some of them. So usually when you go to these sort of things, there's kind of a route and it kind of says, go this way, whereas here, it's like a maze. You step into one room and then there's like 2 sets of stairs, and you go up and see something, and then there's like other ways. So I think I spend, for example, this staircase here, and then there's 2 staircases in there, and we've come out to this courtyard with loads of different rooms and more places to go. So I think we're going to get lost here. There's a lot to see, a lot to do, and we've only got like another hour basically. Well, because our taxi driver said we can do like an hour and a half. So this is where we've come out to. It's like a courtyard where there's a room there, and then there's courtyards here. So like I said, there's like one there, there's one there. I'm gonna go through here And then Jeremy went up these steps and in there. So it's very easy to get lost. Huh? Hello. Oh, he's up there. There's a big courtyard here. Oh, a monkey up there. So I think it's very easy to get lost here. Okay, so this is the view where Jeremy just was. I've just come up and you can see all the courtyards. And then coming off the courtyard, we just came downstairs again and these little rooms with these gorgeous decorations and paintings. So apparently the main thing to see here is the 4 courtyards. We were thinking like, oh God, we're not going to see everything, we need to keep going. But actually I think it's the courtyard where you arrive, the courtyard when you go upstairs with that incredible door, and then the one with the grass and the silver building, and then this one. So I think we've probably seen all 4. But we'll have a look upstairs and keep exploring. So I think we got here at 8:15 and it's in about an hour and a half. So we've got about 45 minutes left, something like that, before we need to be down there. So probably another half an hour to walk around. I'd like to go up there maybe. And this is the current view. Where do you want to go then?
You see, I call the animals.
He's pointing at the animals, the drawings. Let me zoom in. So I don't know if you can see along there, it's like ducks and... Is it just ducks? Oh, there's elephant there. Oh yeah, there's a horse there. There's elephant there and camel. Another thing I forgot to tell you is that you can actually get an elephant ride from the bottom rather than climbing all those stairs like we did. You can pay, I think it was 1,100 for 2 people to get an elephant ride up to the top, and we saw like a line of elephants all queuing up, and then I just looked over one of the windows and saw people being carried.
But don't be a moron, don't do it.
Yeah, I don't agree with it. I don't think it should happen, but something just to be aware of that you might see if you're sensitive to that sort of thing. You might see people riding elephants and there's not a lot you can do about it, to be honest. Oh, it's nicer in the shade. Right, let's keep on exploring. This man is showing us a secret room with painting room. Apparently just moved the gate that was in the way so we can go up. Okay, so it's taking us to the rooftop with these incredible views. And you can just see how much of a maze this place is with all the different rooms, and there's loads of different pathways. It's like a maze. So cool. So the guy who's showing us around just said there's 12 apartment rooms here for the girls, or for the women. And the king's apartment is over there, the marble one, this one. And this was like the watchtower. Okay, so this is what you call the painting rooms, and this is where the children would stay. I know the ceiling is decorated, it's incredible. So if you don't get a tour guide here, any of the cleaners I'm sure would show you around, because that guy did. We paid him 50 just as like a thank you. Pretty sure he's not allowed to do that, but if you don't get a guide, that's a cheap way of finding out some information. So I've now come to the Man Singh Palace, which is opposite the mirror one basically. So there's Jeremy and there's the mirror one, you can see. Beautiful. Okay, we've come to the top of the palace. I'm trying to hide from the wind, so I think the next couple of video clips might just have music on top because it's so windy, but it is beautiful up here, great views and also incredible dome-like structures. I'll show you. So that's the, I can't remember what it was called, Man Mahal something, I don't remember, palace that we just looked at. These are the gardens that we came out to earlier. There's the fort up there. This is the rest of Amber Palace, Amber Fort, and then that's the Sheesh Mahal where it's all the glass and mirrors. And this in particular is stunning, absolutely beautiful. And then in here there's this incredible roof I love these like lines that they have in architecture in India, in like the archways and things. It's so pretty. And then the walls are decorated with flowers, and then there's these gorgeous, what do you call this? A gate? Like a, I don't know what you would call that. What's it made out of? I'm not sure if it's wood or marble. And then down here, you can see everyone has arrived and taken pictures. So that's on wide angle. Okay, I've put you on wide angle, but that view is incredible. It's so pretty here. So here's some people riding the elephant like I told you. It's so sad, the poor things. So I don't know if you can see on this video, but here, where's my finger there, there's all the elephants lined up in the shade. But anyway, this is a really nice view. Okay, so what I was saying earlier was the palace was indeed not the palace. Got that wrong. But we're now walking towards the exit and we're back to where we were earlier basically. So it's a little bit of a maze, this place. You kind of have to, I don't know. There are signs, so it's fine. So we're on our way out and I just saw some puppet show, so I'm going to put the footage in of that now. And we're also just still trying to find our way out, and we're walking past something saying way to the tunnel. So looked at it, whoa. So I looked at it and it says that the tunnel runs from here to the fort next door, all through a tunnel, and you need torches to be able to see your way through. So this is the sign, and Jeremy's gone in here. Are you still alive? Yeah? Okay, so we have finished at the Amber Fort. We have now come to the steps. I'm going to leave all the information down in the description box of where we are. I just had a look and it's incredible. We're not allowed to actually go down, so oftentimes you see pictures on Instagram of like girls sat on the steps, and that's what I was hoping for. I also went to get pictures of like Indian people using the steps, but you're not allowed to use it basically, which is a shame, but I think it's nice just to preserve it and keep it, you know, in good condition basically. Oh, I need to put my hat on for the next place. But yeah, really, really beautiful. I'm now going to insert the footage that I've just taken of being here. I'm sorry it's so loud. It is India after all. Okay, the hat is on, people, but literally across the street from this place, which is the water steps we've just been to, we've now come to a Hindu temple. So it's literally just across the street, you don't have to drive anywhere. So now we're going to look around here. So this temple definitely reminds me of Thailand and Cambodia and kind of the Misan sanctuary and the Vietnam, that was in Vietnam, and then also Angkor Wat in Cambodia. So it kind of reminds me of that sort of style. Very decorative, all made out of stone, very, very beautiful. And this is my current view. So there's this one that kind of reminds me of Misan in Vietnam and Angkor Wat in Cambodia. And then there's more, I don't know, is that like a mosque style one behind with domes and things? And then also what was interesting is they collect cow poo and put it into circles and sell it as fertiliser. So sometimes you'll see like dried fertiliser hanging around. But this one we're looking at is interesting because it's got a circular roof. So I wonder, there must have been a dome on there at some point and it's fallen off, but it's wonderful. And you also get views of this place, which is pretty cool as well. So I've come up to the door. I wanted to show you a couple of the details. So there's this on the side. It's like two people riding a cow or an elephant. I'm not entirely sure what the animal is meant to be. And then down here at the entrance of the door, there's these. Again, not entirely sure what animal that is supposed to be. And then this side, is it Ganesh or Vishnu or something? Probably should know that, but it's one of the Hindu gods, I'm sure. And then also actually, I think that's also above the door. So that's really cool. And then like I said, it's got like a circular roof, which probably must have had a dome on it at some point. Okay, so we have now come to Jal Mahal, which is this place. It's basically a palace in the middle of a lake. Jeremy's currently asking ChatGPT like if it got flooded, if it was designed like this, we're not sure. So we're going to ask and then I'll give you a little piece of information, but we've come here at the moment. So this is the view. You can't actually get up close, but let me zoom in. So that's at 2.5 zoom. I'm going to take some snaps here. But I actually think it's best to come here either for sunrise or sunset, because the light at the moment is not reflecting in the water, whereas we drove past here the other day at around sunset and you could see the reflection in the water and it was beautiful. So I definitely recommend coming here in the morning or in the evening, to be honest, rather than like middle of the day like we are. But it's nice to see anyway. So Jeremy has just asked ChatGPT. It says that it used to be the summer house for the Maharaja. He used to come and spend his summers here, and it had a lake around it with a road going towards the building, but the road got flooded and the lake got higher and higher, and apparently there's 4 more floors underneath the water that you can't see, and you can only see the 5th floor at the top here. So it's actually quite a big building. I mean, it's big anyway, but especially because there's 4 floors underneath as well that you can't see. But it's a really cool place. Nice place to spend your summers, isn't it? There's also markets. I think when we came the other day it was a lot busier, so I think if you come in the afternoon, evening, you'll see more things, but there's clothes and souvenirs and all the rest of it. And then here, this is a statue of the Maharaja arriving, I think. And he's there on his elephant. Okay, so we finished at the Jal Mahal. I think it's worth coming to just for a quick, like 10 minutes, take some pictures. There's nothing to actually see or do apart from the market and just take snaps of the building basically. But I think it's worth seeing, it's something different. We're now going to head to apparently a village where they do block printing. Not entirely sure, but I'll let you know when we get there. So decided to stop here and get a pineapple juice. Should be nice. Okay, so we've been taken to a block printing factory basically, which is where they make all these materials on these desks, and they have these blocks basically where they put ink and then dye the fabric, and there's loads down there on the floor. Incredible.
The table, cotton, silk and cotton and silk. Like this one we do yesterday. And this is the wood block, this all hand carving. This we call master block, it's a thick wood. Color which we use here, all natural color. Like a green color we get from spinach.
Okay.
Red color we get from chili and carrot. Blue we get from indigo flower. All natural dye, you can wash by machine, wash by hand, no problem. This is the first block, first color. This is the outline. Then use second block, second color to give inline. Like this. Then use 3 block, 3 color. Like this.
Wow.
Like this we do 7 block and 7 colors, more and more and more. After that we dry in sunlight 48 hours. 2 days we dry. Then we wash with salty water. Salt and sunlight fix the color, oxide the color.
Oh, and then it stays and,
Yes.
and you can wash it and it's going to stay.
So like this we make bed sheet, bed cover, table cover, scarf, pashmina shawl, sari, many things.
So he was saying that if you want to make a dress or something, they can make it in 2 hours, or they can make you a whole suit in 6 hours and they bring it to your hotel.
Oh, it's linen.
This is linen. Very nice linen.
It's very soft.
This is also linen banana dress. This is also linen dress. In blue color. Then we make also for kimono. Cotton kimono.
Oh, yeah.
Block printing.
This is printed.
This is
like
block
that, like the
printing. This is
clothes.
block printing. It's all hand block printing. This is kimono also made for her. We have to send US.
Okay, so this is where we are. We're now going to go through here and look at the different fabrics and the things available. So in here they've got lots of different fabrics and different dresses and shirts and things they can make. And then there's loads and loads of fabrics. It's cool.
No, we're just traveling.
They've also got blankets and things here, which are beautiful.
Bed cover which we do for heavy touch.
They're gorgeous. So they've got a silk kimono here, all hand printed, and silk pyjamas. These cost 2,000, which is about £20, something like that.
This one is cotton block printing.
And they've also got cotton.
1,600 with trouser, top and bag free.
Wow, that's cool.
£16.
Okay, that's our little tuk-tuk there. We have now come to a museum. He said it costs about 50 rupees to get in. So we're going to go this way. So apparently this is an archaeological site that honours royal women of the past, and it's beautiful. So it costs 50 rupees each to get in, and this is the initial view. And we're just walking through this kind of park area now. Look at this doggy here, he seems scared. He was laying down. He's walking away from us. Oh, there's another one there in the corner. So this is talking about the Maharani, which is the wives of the Maharaji, the guy, Maharaja, sorry. And these are the tombs, I think, to commemorate the 3 wives. Okay, so we've come to the back and up the hill, which leads to this, which I thought we'd be able to walk in here, but there's nothing actually. There's Jeremy walking back down, and there's going to be a couple of things we'll see on the way back, like that one, and there's that one there as well. But I think the tour guide wants to take us to a jewellery making place, because basically the drivers get a commission if we spend any money, but I don't really want any jewellery. I don't find it particularly interesting, so I think we're just going to say no, you can skip that and just take us back home. Oh, it goes further back, because we're going to get dropped off somewhere where apparently they do really good lassi. They've been doing lassi for like 60 years or something. So obviously I can't have that because it'll give me a sore tummy, but Jeremy can have that, and we'll find some food along the way. But yeah, enjoying the day trip. It's definitely been worth it. So this is actually right at the back. There's a couple more monuments here. So this is one of the other monuments. Absolutely beautiful. And then I'm going to go over there next because that looks gorgeous as well. And there's absolutely no one here, which is a bonus. So it's lovely, got it all to ourselves. Okay, so that's the building I was just showing you. The big one, and I've come to the one, like the orange looking one, and we've come up to the rooftop. And it's actually got really cool views over the city. It's awesome. Okay, so we have finished at these monuments. Really enjoyed looking around. It was a quick one because we're getting tired now. But I was saying to Jeremy, it will have been like, it's been about 4 and a bit hours, so probably like 4.5 hours in total for €10 for the tuk-tuk driver. So what I'm going to do is leave, there's 2 people. The person we spoke to yesterday, but then he had a wedding last night, so then his brother picked us up instead, like afterwards. So I'm going to leave both their numbers in the description box down below. So if you want to book in a tour, they're reliable, they've been safe, they've not been honking the horn the whole time, driving like maniacs, like really safe, really nice people. And he's been giving us kind of little bits of information as well. So I'm glad we came here because we definitely wouldn't have come here otherwise, like we didn't even know it existed. The last thing we want to show us is a jewellery factory, but I don't think we're going to do that because we're not bothered. So I think we're just going to see if we can head to somewhere to get some food and some lassi. Okay, so we have been dropped off at the Bapu Bazar. We're going to try and get some food here, and also Joan wants to get some lassi, like I keep saying. But I thought I'd give you a quick look. So this is what it looks like. There's lots of motorbikes parked on the side, lots of fabrics, lots of things available. There's a cow walking in the street, as you do. So this is a Piaz kashery. This is a paneer bread, and then this is a samosa with curd. And then we've got sauces. Okay, food was delicious. It was just like a random restaurant, I don't even know where it was. But we're currently walking through the Bapu Bazar, so you can see all the clothes and things around me. Okay, we've come to get lassi from the oldest famous lassi place in Jaipur. Okay, so it's got like curd on top. How is it?
That's good. Yeah.
Okay, so Jeremy got a big lassi and I had a sip of his and I was like, holy shit, that is like perfection. So I got myself a small one. This was 40, the big one was 80, so it's like 40p. And it just tastes like the best yogurt you've ever tasted. Like, it's sweet, it's fresh, it's cold, it's delicious. It's not too like cheesy, because we've had some before that were really cheesy, weren't they? This one's actually so delicious, like it's so good. What are your thoughts?
I'll have it again.
Yeah, really good. Yeah. But I also, because I'm dairy intolerant or whatever, I'm probably going to get ill from this. So I'm taking a risk, but I'm only going to be here once, so I'm going to enjoy it, and I'll probably have diarrhea later on today. So it's just part of the fun of travelling with with me with allergies or intolerances, whatever. But anyway, it's absolutely delicious. Highly recommend coming here. I'll try and leave it linked down below in the description box so you can come here as well. Okay guys, it is about 11:15 in the evening, and I told you earlier I was going to come back and talk to you about today, so I'm back. I had a really good day actually. The driver was really good. I'm going to leave his number and his brother's number in the description box down below if you want to contact them. It was 1,000 rupees for the day, well, for like 4.5 hours, something like that. Had a bit of trouble at the end because he wanted to drop us like off in like by the city palace, which is actually quite far from where we're staying, and also we kind of had to walk back. So I kind of had to have a bit of an argument, be like, no, you said it drops off anywhere, no one would drop off here. And he was like, oh, but it's really far. We're like, it's not really far, it's literally up the road, like we went there yesterday. So that was a little bit of an like annoying that we kind of had to argue a little bit, but he dropped us off where we wanted, so it was fine in the end. But had a really good day. Really enjoyed the Amber Palace or Amber Fort. It's kind of called two different things. The thing I didn't like was seeing the elephants being ridden. It's one of those things where it's kind of a part of life here, but if tourists didn't do it, they wouldn't do it because there would be no one paying for it. So it's like, it's not nice to see, but it's just something that happens, and I'm not going to get too bothered about it. But really enjoyed the palace. Beautiful place for photography. There was some like weddings there and couples and things. Really beautiful buildings and architecture, and the big doorway with all the flowers and things. Absolutely stunning. Really enjoyed that. We then went to the steps, and it's a shame because I always see pictures on Instagram and online on blogs, things like that, of people sat on the steps. And I thought it'd be really cool to get some pictures there of myself, but also of like other people just enjoying it, like street photography style. But you weren't allowed down the steps, which is a shame. So we kind of took a couple of pictures just like around the steps, but not actually like in the steps, if that makes sense. I enjoyed it though. It was nice to see. I think I took some cool photographs as well at different angles and things like that. So I think it's quite kind of artistic. It's like a nice place to kind of just get something a little bit different. We then went to the temple that was across the street. That was really cool, just a quick like 10-minute walk around. Then we went to the block printing. It was interesting because the guy was like, oh, no pressure, I'm going to tell you how it works. I'll show you around, but you don't have to buy anything. It's just you can look, it's for free, like no pressure, that is and everything. And then once we were inside, he like shook our hands and like got us sat down. Well, sat Jeremy down. I didn't sit down because I thought, no, this is getting too salesy. He wanted to get us a drink, like a tea or coffee. And then I was just happy just walking around looking at the fabrics. And he kept being like, what do you want to look at? Do you want to look at bed sheets? Do you want to look at pashmina? Do you want to look at scarves? Do you want to look at dresses or this or that? And I was like, no, I'm okay. And he was like, okay, but what can I show you? And I was like, no, I'm okay. I'm just looking around, thank you. He was trying his best to sell me stuff. He was showing me pajamas and kimonos and all sorts. It was really beautiful stuff. I think it was, I don't know. I thought it was expensive. It was like 20 euros for a kimono and like 16 for a pair of cotton pajamas, which I kind of thought was a bit expensive. Especially since it was like the factory where they make it. Anyway, it didn't do anything anyway. But as soon as he realised that we weren't going to buy anything, he was then like, okay, don't want to buy anything? Okay, then let's go. Okay, then let's go. By then you can, like, he kind of got quite, not aggressive, but just like, I think annoyed with us that he spent time like showing us the process, showing us around, talking to us, being really nice. He realised we weren't going to spend any money, then he was like, okay, now you can get out of my shop, basically. We also went to a tomb place where some of the royal women were buried. That was really cool. Like I didn't see it on Google Maps beforehand, so I wouldn't have gone there otherwise. Really enjoyed that. He wanted to take us to a spice market or a spice factory and also a jewellery factory with loads of, I think, souvenir tap basically, and we were like, no, we don't need to see that, just take us back home. So I had a really, really good day. I'd really recommend it. I think it's definitely worth going to. I think it was definitely easier as well hiring a tuk-tuk for the day rather than trying to do Ubers and, you know, negotiating with tuk-tuk drivers and things. As we found the other day, it can be hard if you're stuck somewhere where there's no one, you know, there's only a certain group of people. You have to pay their prices whether you like it or not, or have an argument with them. So definitely recommend hiring a tuk-tuk or a van or whatever for the day. Really enjoyed it. We then went for lunch. We had the lassi, which was delicious. I had a raita in Agra, which is basically yogurt with mint and cucumber inside, and it made me ill for a couple of days. I kind of had diarrhea for a couple of days, then I've been blocked up for about a week, so I thought, you know what, even if this lassi gives me diarrhea, at least it'll get things moving again. But it didn't, which is good that I can drink it, but I'm still a bit blocked up, which is, I know, a lot of TMI, but anyway. And then we've kind of been working this evening. Went back to the Janta, whatever it's called, sweets place nearby that we keep going for dinner. They always have a big smile on their face when we turn up, because I think most people, you know, like foreigners, maybe going once and that's it, whereas we keep going back every single day just because it's around the corner, it's cheap and affordable, and it's really good food. Enjoyed that, had an ice cream for dessert, and then we've been home again, like editing and drawing and things. So yeah, had a really, really good day. Would highly recommend it. Thank you for watching this vlog. I hope you enjoyed looking around Jaipur a little bit, some of the things that there are to see. I think tomorrow we might have a chill day. Maybe we go to Starbucks and get some work done. I think there's a Starbucks nearby. And then I think Wednesday we're going to go to Patrika Gate and maybe the Central Park, because that's kind of the last two things. Well, I definitely want to see Jantar. No, I definitely want to see Patrika Gate and the park's just kind of nearby, so we might do that as well. So that'll be on Wednesday, I think. So tomorrow I'm probably not going to vlog, have the day off, get some editing done. But thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you back here soon for more of our content. We're going to Jodhpur on Thursday. We are then going up to Delhi. We're going there for a week. We're then going to Delhi for a couple of nights, and then up to Rishikesh, which is the home of yoga. So I'm excited to go there and see what that place is all about as well. Hopefully do some yoga and meditation and like zen, chill out a little bit, because India has been a little bit hectic. But anyway, I'm rambling. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you back here soon. Bye.